Your content will be launching soon. Dice Plus is now available. With Dice Plus, you get an ad-free experience, full access to Diced extras, player tools, and more. New content is added all the time, and playing board games has never been this much fun. Subscribe to Dice Plus now, or get it as a gift for someone. More information available at getdice.com. It's time to...
Let's play Tesseract.
Hello, everybody. I'm live again, and hopefully it's going to work better today than it did yesterday. Yesterday over on my YouTubes, I did a couple of box openings, which was fabulous and fun. And I'm like, oh, well, why don't I play Tesseract? Because I got a copy of Tesseract. So I'm going to try this again. Yesterday I went through with Diced, which is an automated tutorial system, and it's glorious and wonderful and did not pay me at all to say that. So I'm going to do that again because apparently on most of the stream, that was the only audio. I accidentally turned my microphone off. Rookie mistake. Gotta love it. But here's what we're going to do. So I've got here my little setup. I've also adjusted how this is set up compared to yesterday, just to make it a little bit easier to see. I'm going to probably adjust this in just a second. Actually, I'm just going to do that right now because there's no one actually watching. Let's just move it in just a hair. There we go. It's still not ideal, but you know, it works out just fine. I wanted to be able to basically give you a better view of this ever so slightly. It's not going to work, but whatever. I'll also see if I can maybe put that a little closer. Yeah, that's sort of better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the Dice tutorial, which I did again, like I said, yesterday. But I'm going to do it again this time because I can. And yeah, so we're going to take a look at this. And I'm going to walk through it. Like I said, some of this is already half done because I just kind of left it set up. But we're going to walk through this. Just a reminder, I only have the one screen. So while this is running and I'm clicking through stuff, I can't see your comments. But generally speaking, I can see your comments. Please do. And we'll do the thing. We need not this page. Click, click. Dice tutorial. Hopefully y'all can hear me.
Tap the logo to begin. The Tesseract appeared in our skies 6 days ago, over the exact magnetic north of the planet. It was the size of a city block. Since that time it has been condensing, collapsing upon itself. It can now fit into the palm of your hand. Together, our world's best minds will either find a way to contain and control the reactions of this alien artifact, or its exponentially increasing destructive power will remove our planet from existence, reconfiguring our spacetime to the extra-dimensional needs of its creators. Are we intelligent enough to shut down the Tesseract, or is humankind simply a blip in the grand scheme of the universe? Time will tell. Tesseract is a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players. How many researchers are taking up on the task? Select the amount of players. Fantastic.
1.
Let's begin by setting up our laboratories. Open up the box and set the rulebook within reach.
Yep, did that.
Rulebooks are not needed with DICE tutorials, but this one has a handy flowchart on the back.
It really does.
Let's assemble the Tesseract platform. Place the platform board in the middle of the play area.
Ta-da.
Slot the 2 base platform legs together and place them on the platform board.
Done.
Place the rotating plate, or Lazy Susan, onto the platform. Would you like extra challenge, or play with the easiest? Take the base plates and find the one with number 1 on one side,
I am going to flip
and
it over
letter
and
A
play
on
with
the other.
B side, or the A side. Because I did play with the one side yesterday. So if you feel like watching that stream, it's still on the Twitch. It's just a little bit quiet.
Place the base plate with number 1 side up onto the Lazy Susan. Each base plate is geared for a different level of difficulty and has a second side that adds variety to play at a similar level of difficulty. Next we'll set the Tesseract onto the platform. Place the dice sleeve onto the platform and align it with the 4x4 grid shown on the platform.
Interestingly enough, I just noticed that this was made when it was an AB and this one has a 1-2. I'm still going to do it with the 2, but just notice that. All right, dice sleeve. I'm actually going to do this just over here because it's actually easier.
Then, add the 64 dice randomly into the sleeve so that they create 4 layers of 4 by...
Right here. All right. I switched over to the StreamYard thing just so I could see what I'm doing here. I can't actually hear or see anything. But I'm going to trust that it does, in fact, more than my microphone is working. Or, I guess, that my microphone is working. And that but I'm hoping that you all can hear what I've been doing. There we go. Let's leave that over there. Shuffle, 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 and shuffle. All right, so we have that. We put this back where it belongs. On here. Center that properly. And
4 dice each.
Oh, hold on. I need to go back and put this.
Now, carefully remove the sleeve.
Ta-da!
It's time to practice rotating the platform. Do so very gently so that the Tesseract doesn't collapse.
Like that. I'm just going to straight up put this back on. I don't actually like how this looks on here. It's going to be a little awkward. I'm going to make this solo again. I just want to see how well you guys can see it. So you can see it a little bit better because you got a little bit more of an angle, which is what I was going for. Yesterday was just more or less straight on, and that doesn't work in every possible way. It has slipped just a little bit, and that's important. Placement is vital. or at least really close.
If during the game you accidentally knock dice off the Tesseract, simply assemble it back to the state it was in as best as you can.
Deal.
Place the containment board next to the Tesseract platform as shown. Shuffle the mini-sized black and white containment cards and deal one face down next to each symbol shown on the containment board. Only these 6 cards will be used in this game. You can return the rest to the box.
Yes.
Note, the symbols represent numbers from 1 to 6. The number can be determined from the amount of dots, pips, shown on the symbol.
Which is a rather ingenious way to do that.
Separate the research cards by level, 2, 3, and 4. Done. Shuffle each deck and place them face down next to the containment board.
Also done.
Position the breach mat below the platform board.
Put it up there, but whatever.
Place the breach token on the number 0 space.
Done.
In a solo game, you will play the game with 2 researchers.
I have 2 researchers.
Give each researcher a yellow lab mat and an action token. The action token is placed next to the mat.
Move things around, you can still see them. Great.
As you take actions during your turn, you may use the token to keep track of how many actions you have remaining.
I'm really bad at doing that.
Shuffle the researcher character cards and deal one face down to each researcher. Place the cards next to your labs. Return the rest of the cards to the box. These researcher character cards will be revealed after we have learned the basics of the game. Each researcher, take one level 2 research card, blue, and place. Research cards are normally public information, and we'll reveal these cards after we have learned how they work. Each researcher, take one cube, die, from one of the top corners of the Tesseract, roll it, and place it in your lab.
Okay, done and done.
Next, let's prime some cubes. As this is a 2-researcher game, take the remaining corner cubes from the Tesseract. Roll both cubes.
They have been rolled. Can you see them on the screen? You can't really see them on the screen here. So I'm going to adjust this slightly. There. Still see all of that. Fabulous. All right.
Now, place these cubes to the primed area next to the multiple cubes with the same value are placed in a column under the matching number. If a newly primed cube causes a column of 3 cubes under one value, a breach occurs. You will take alternate turns with our researchers, and you can freely decide which one goes first.
That one.
Researchers, we are ready to start. Your goal is to defuse the Tesseract before its systems fully charge and rip a hole in space-time that will destroy our world. You win the game and save the world by containing 1 cube of each color and value. You lose the game if the breach token reaches 7 breaches. Or, if the Tesseract runs out of cubes. Each turn consists of an action phase and a threat phase. During the action phase, a researcher plays 3 actions and any number of research cards. During the threat phase, 1 cube from the Tesseract is primed, possibly causing a breach. Remember, 7 breaches ends the game in a loss. Turns are taken clockwise. Now, first researcher, get ready. Action phase. During your turn you will perform 3 actions. There are several possible actions available, but we will learn these gradually as we play.
Now I know them, but again, I want to walk
Let's
through
learn
this,
a couple of them. Remove action allows you to take a removable cube from the Tesseract. Removable means the cube has 3 or more open faces. This cube is placed into your lab without changing its value. Contain action allows you to place a cube from your lab onto the containment board, but there is a special requirement for using this action. Contain can only be performed if you have a valid set or run of cubes in your lab. A set means you have at least 3 cubes of the same value. A run means you have at least 3 cubes of consecutive values, for example 1, 2, and 3. For set and run to be valid, all cubes in it must be either the same color or different colors.
Yes. So I've picked another orange.
Once you have a valid set or a run, you get to place 1 cube from it to the containment board. This also allows you to destroy, remove, a matching cube from the primed area. Yellow 3, in the shown example. Take a look at the cube in your lab, and the available cubes on the Tesseract. Start planning which set or run you could create.
This is actively not a good plan.
What will be your first action? Remove action allows you to take a removable cube from the Tesseract. Removable means the cube has 3 or more open faces. Remember that the base plate has threat events on it. Every time you reveal one of these events, it's pretty much bad news. So, whenever possible, try to prefer removing the cubes higher up in the Tesseract.
Yes.
Remove a removable cube from the Tesseract and place it into your lab without changing its value.
Did it.
Adjust action allows you to increase or decrease the value of a cube by 1.
I'm not going to do that.
This cube can be either in your lab or in the primed area.
Might do it over there.
For example, if during the threat phase a cube is primed to a column so that it has 3 or more of the same value, a breach occurs. However, when you adjust a cube to a column so that it has 3 or more, nothing happens. However, that column is now more likely to cause a breach. Breaches are bad and you want to avoid them. Remember, 7 breaches results in a loss of the game. If there are currently 2 primed cubes of the same value, it's highly recommended take an adjust action to change one of the cube values down by 1. Note that if you decrease a cube in the 1 column of the primed area showing, then that cube is destroyed, removed. So, in the primed area, you typically want to adjust the values down. Second action, which one would you like to perform?
Also did a remove. With it. I have been in solo mode this whole time, so I hope you could hear all of that.
Remove a removable cube from the Tesseract and place it. Remember, as this is a cooperative game, it's highly recommended to communicate with other researchers and cooperate so that containments can be done as efficiently as possible. Third and final action, which action would you like to perform?
I took 2.
Remember, you can perform the same action multiple times.
I'm just going to adjust this one, the single one, down.
Adjust action allows you to increase or decrease the value of a cube by 1.
Easy breezy.
The cube can be in your lab or in the primed area. This action is really valuable when setting up the cubes in your lab for containment, or managing the primed area to avoid breaches. Values cannot be changed from 1 to 6, or 6 to 1.
Which is hard and sucks.
If the value of a primed cube in column 1 is decreased, it is destroyed, and thus removed from the game. Adjust a cube in your lab or in the primed area by 1. Threat phase. During the threat phase, the Tesseract continues to reconfigure itself as it builds towards detonation. In practice, this means that at least 1 cube is primed during the threat phase, and you will soon determine which cube will be primed. The cube to be primed is the one both lowest in height and value. A cube that is lower in height will always take precedence. If the lowest cubes are tied for both height and value, you may choose which cube to prime. Remove this cube from the Tesseract now and roll it.
So, I have a 2 here, but only 2 faces are revealed, so I don't think I can take that. There's a 5, a 6, a 3. So I've got a 3 right here. So we're going to take that, roll it. It ended up being a 6, so it goes into the 6th point.
Then, place the cube in the primed area, beneath the matching value
I
icon.
did that.
If the newly primed cube caused a column of 3, 4, or 5 cubes under one value, a breach occurs. How many breaches occurred?
No breaches.
Few, no breach this time. If the outcomes of these events, did you reveal a threat event icon on the base? Good. You want to avoid them as much as you can. This is the end of the first turn. Rounds go clockwise, so the next researcher is the one to the left. Action phase.
All right.
Let's learn more actions.
Sure.
Transfer action allows you to move a cube between your and another researcher's labs. Research cards allow you to perform free actions. These do not count towards your 3 total actions for the turn. Turn the research cards you got during setup face up now.
So, reassemble, set one primed cube to any value. And I got that for both of them, actually. So, that's potentially useful.
Research cards can be played before, in between, or after the researcher's actions. However, they are a finite resource. When a deck of research cards runs out, researchers can no longer gain research cards of that level. They are not reshuffled. There are 3 levels of research cards, each with their own deck. Level 4 cards are the most powerful. Study action allows you to upgrade your available research cards. With study, you will discard 1 research card, and then draw a new card of the next highest level. For example, if you discard a research card of level 2, then you get to draw a new card of level 3. Okay, second researcher, it's your turn.
Perfect.
Select action.
So I went ahead and I've removed 2.
Remove a removable cube.
Remove.
Select action. Remove a
Remove.
select action.
And so then I'm going to use my reassemble to set a primed cube, this yellow one, to a 2. So we can get rid of that. And for my third action, we are going to contain.
Contain action is the most important action. Each time you contain a cube, you are 1 step closer to winning. In addition, this is the only way to gain more research cards. Note that it is really beneficial to remove cubes from the primed area. If you're about to contain and there is no matching cube in the primed area, consider adjusting the values first. Would you rather perform an adjust action first, or continue with the containment action? Contain can only be performed if you have a valid set or run of cubes in your lab.
I did.
A run means you have at least 3 cubes of consecutive values, for example 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
For set and run to be valid, all cubes in it must be either the same color, or different colors.
Mine are all different colors.
Do you have a valid set, or place 1 cube from your valid set or a run to the containment board?
I did.
If there is a matching cube in the primed area, destroy, remove, one of them now.
Boom!
Yellow 3, in the shown example. If you have 2 of the 4 same values, reveal the containment card, but don't take it yet.
I do not.
This might, if you have all 4 values contained, take the containment card and place it next to your lab.
I still do not.
If you contain the 6th cube of 1 color, reroll 1 destroyed cube, and place it back onto the Tesseract. Contain action also has an option for you to gain a research card by rerolling all of the remaining cubes in the used set or run. The level of the research card you draw is based on the amount of the rolled cubes.
So I rolled
if your
2.
set or run was 3 cubes, then 2 would have been rerolled, so a level 2 research card would be drawn. If the set or run was 5 cubes, then a level 4 research card would be drawn. Remember, gaining the research card is optional. You can decide not to do it and keep the values of the remaining cubes in your lab. Contain a cube, destroy a matching primed cube, and optionally roll to gain a research. Select action.
did all that. Well, that ends my action phase. But I did get a energy inversion. So invert one primed cube and one cube in your lab.
Threat phase. Prime the lowest cube.
No. Blue 1. Which is not good. That leaves me with only one space down here. And it becomes a 4, which is equally not all that great.
How many breaches occurred?
None.
Phew, no breach this time. Did you reveal a threat event icon on the... Good. End of turn. Action phase. Time to reveal the researchers. Turn your researcher cards face up.
I have a computer programmer, which I had last time. If I start my turn with a cube of each color in my lab, I can draw a level 3 research card. I do not. I can, as an action, I can download a cube, taking one of the primed cubes, placing it onto this card, ending my action phase. Or if there is a card, I can transfer it to any player's lab. I have a quantum mechanic. If I take 3 different actions on my turn, I can take a 4th action that's also different. Or as an action, I can retool, swapping a cube in my lab with a primed cube. That's going to be useful, let me tell you.
Unique actions are available on each researcher's character card. Each character card shows an always-on ability and an action available to that researcher only.
Yep.
Using the ability does not require the researcher to spend an action. However, in some cases the ability might be tied to an action. The ability can be used multiple times during a turn, unless the ability specifically states otherwise. Those with these traits are marked with a diamond in the lower corner.
Neither of these do.
Many researcher abilities require assistance from others to optimize their turn, so the coordination of your activities as a true team is critical to success.
Yes, it is a co-op game.
That said, all the decisions on a given turn are the responsibility of the active researcher and their say is final.
Yes.
One at a time, each researcher, read your researcher card out loud for everyone else.
Did that already. I did not have all
Next
these
researcher, it's your turn. Select action.
All right. So we are back over here. I've got a run of 2, 3, 4. None of that is useful over here. I could take a 3. And we're just going to keep track of this here again. Remove.
Remove a removable cube. Select action.
And we take another 3 that is not an orange one. And I could do something, but I don't have one of those. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Grumble, grumble. We got 5. I can't get to that yet. I could take that. That's a terrible plan. Okay. I will take a cube away. Put it onto that card. And there's not a lot of great things I can do, so I might as well just knock this one down. So that's been
adjust a cube in your lab or in the select action threat phase.
Yeah.
Prime the lowest cube.
This is here 4. Oh no, it's a 5. So that's not ideal. So now I've got
How
2
many
there.
breaches occurred?
Still no breach.
Phew, no breach this time. Did you reveal a threat event icon?
Sure
Which threat
did.
event icon did you reveal?
The chain reaction.
Chain reaction. Prime the lowest removable cube on the Tesseract. Yes, this means repeating the process and can potentially reveal other.
That's a terrible plan. So just to pull this up real quick. So yeah, there's your action space down there. To do it again, that's a 2. Thankfully, it's up there, and it's a 2. Prime to a 1. All right, well, that's not the end of the world.
The threat events in succession. After resolving the threat event, another threat might have been activated.
No.
Which threat event icon did you... End of turn. Action phase. You should now have all the information needed to save the world. You win the game immediately when all 24 slots of the containment board are filled. However, if there are 7 breaches, or the Tesseract runs out of cubes, you will lose. Continue trying to get as many cubes contained as possible. Next researcher, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to pull that out, and we'll just reset this to a different setup. There we go. So, if I take 3 different actions, I can take a 4th different action. So, do I have another 1? There is another 1 on here. Do I have a yellow 2? There's not. Don't love this. I have a 6. A yellow 6 that is I don't have access to. A yellow 5. So if I go, I take that. Which is the one I want here. Hold on. Yep. A little fast. Be careful. Yes, that's what I want to do. So I want to take that 5 for a first action. I want to play energy inversion to invert that and invert that. So that's not an action. As an action, though, I will adjust that down to a 3. And then I will go ahead and, contain, which gets rid of that. That's my 3rd action. Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, and I should have re-rolled these when gives me a 5 and a 4, which is not actually all that terrible. Although not all that terribly useful given what's out there. That ends the turn. Over here, I have. Oh, nope. Sorry. We still need to prime something. This is going to be that yellow 1. I hate that. Oh. Not terribly helpful. I think I can action send this over here. Action, just get rid of that. Action, can just do that. That's a 4, that's a 4. Yeah, I'll also download this cube, or upload that cube. So that's my 3 actions. Prime something, which is going to be this blue 4 down here, which I don't love, and that is going to reveal something. So I've got a 6. So I'm going to bring back my my diced, just because it's easier. And we're going to take a look what...
Which threat phase matter you want help with? Prime the lowest cube.
Yeah, we did that.
Which threat phase matter you want? Which threat event icon did you reveal?
Oh, accelerate. Oh god, accelerate.
Accelerate. Destroy the lowest removable cube on the Tesseract and place it aside or in the box. While the least dangerous, destroying cubes hastens your end.
They're all a bunch of 5s. Oh, I don't want that. Actually, yes, I do. I'm going to get rid of that one.
After resolving the threat event, another threat might have... Which threat event icon did you...
All right, so we'll get that gone. And back to that. All right. How do I have that upside down backwards? I'm just going to do... Yeah, that looks much prettier. How did I just not key into that before? All right, so turn is over here. Again, if I can take 3 actions, I get a 4th. There's a different 4 up there. So I'm going to take that 4. I'm going to adjust that down for a second action. For my third action, I'm going to contain, which lets me re-roll these and get one of these. Energy inversion, invert 1 prime cubed and 1 cube in your lab. That is 3 different actions, so we get a 4th action. And it's going to be studying. We get rid of that and grab a level 3. Rapid containment. When you contain a cube, you may contain a second cube from that set or run as well. Sweet. I'm assuming that will also allow me to then destroy a matching one if applicable. Right. Is that orange 4? Yes. So this orange 4 over here is the one we got to take. Prime that as a 5. Oh, look. I have a 5 there. Perfect. So that does nothing else over here. Back to this player. I've got 3 of 3. There is no 3 out there. Do I have another 3 in another color? Don't want blue. Don't want yellow. Got 2, 3, 4 there. We've got... None of this is terribly helpful. Think I'm going to go adjust, contain, which lets me flip this over. Get rid of that, re-roll these. 6 and a 1. And do I have a 4 up here? I do not. Give me 1. 2. That was not actually at all helpful. Download. That's kind of where I need to be. Okay. And prime something is going to be this yellow 2, sadly. But I do have a yellow 2 over here, so that's kind of helpful. That's going to be a 3. Do I have... So that's 1. 2. 3. No. Oh, no. 3. Can't do that one. That's something you always have to pay attention to. I was gonna get this yellow 2 out of there. I've already contained a yellow 2. I can't. Failure on my part. So I guess that was a 1, 2, 3. I'll drop this down. And that lets me have a 4, which I can still contain. Can bang that out of there. Reroll these. 6, 6, and a 2. None of that is helpful. But that ends that. So I'm going to blue 2 there. So we're going to prime that blue 2. So we're doing not too terribly here. I wouldn't say I'm doing well, but I'm not dead yet. So this is good. No breaches yet. That's good. Next, after this turn, we are going to reveal another event. That's not great, but we'll see. So, you can place a primed cube onto this card. I feel like the one that needs to happen is going to be that yellow 2, because I can't do anything with it. Like, I just straight up can't do anything with it at all. But else means I also can't do anything with it anywhere else either. If I go 1, 2, 3. That gives me not great, but also not bad. All right, so let's prime that. Still not ideal, but whatever. First action I'm going to take is... That's not helpful at all. Okay. Can just take that. Well, I don't know why I'd want to, but I did. So that's a 1. Swap a cube in your lab with a primed cube. That's a much better option. swap that for what's coming. Yellow? I can theoretically take care of that eventually. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to take that instead, which gives me a 2. I just need a 3. I've got a 4 and a 5. So that was okay. So let's just go back here. I took 1. I swapped 1. Took 1. I swapped 1. I need to. No, take 1 because I can use the transfer option. Now I can use a 4th and I can contain that, kill that, re-roll these because it was a 4, 5, 6. Gives me another 6, but and another 2, which is not terrible, but also not great. And that uses up my actions. What have I got left? I got a 6, a 6, a 5. Next to me, another yellow 2. Don't love this very much. Just saying. Over here. So I've got a 6. If I transfer this over here for 1, I can take that for 2. I can take that for 3. I'm fine with that. And 5 is the lowest. This is not great, but it's really not great. Okay. Over here. First action, contain. Yoink, yoink. Boom. Reroll these. 3 and a 2. That's not terrible. And so adjust that up to a 3. I could. Three, 6, 6, 3. Not loving this. Swap a cube in your lab with a primed cube. I mean, if I swap that, that's dangerous. It's risky. But that also gives me phone. A phone. Sorry, message just dinged. So that gives me my 3 actions, which gives me a 4th. And that 4th is going to be to adjust that down to a 1. And then prime this to a 4. What I think I'm going to do, so it's now this turn. We are going to take that. Adjust that, give that. And then do I want to take something for that? Adjust. No, I really don't. But I will take this out. And then it's a 2 that gets primed to a 6. All right. The turn is over here. I've got a 1 and a 4. I've got a 1, a 2. Adjust to a 5, adjust to a 4, and then I can actually use my rapid containment to get rid of the 4 and the 1. I took those from the wrong places, but y'all know what I mean. Still roll this 1, but that's actually going to do nothing for me, so I don't know why I bothered to do that. No, that's not a bad thing at all. That's not a bad thing at all. Okay, so we've got a blue 2 over here that's going to get primed. Yes. Blue 4. All right. So I got a 2, 3 here in blue over here. That's not bad. Turn is over here. One, 2. Can't do that one. That was a mistake. So that was 1, 2. Set any primed cube to another value. I can turn that to a 2, which I can still then contain. These can be re-rolled to a 1 and a 3. Interesting. My 2s over here should also get flipped. My 1 over here needs to get flipped. And I don't even look at these, quite frankly, until I'm actually taking them. But I do need to get a purple 4 out here somewhere. Not particularly helpful, but existent. And that by re-rolling those, I did get a card. Just 1 prime cube, not the end of the world. So lowest, it's going to be 1. Turn is over here. Action 1 is going to be get rid of that. Oh, I didn't take a turn. I also I did a thing. I'm going to stop before I do anything else. In fact, I'm going to take that back because it's not irrevocable. I am going to bring my dies back in to show you all what the next thing does. So threat
Which
phase.
threat phase matter you want help with? Which threat event icon did you fission? Prime the lowest removable cube on the Tesseract and prime one random destroyed cube.
Oh, that one's awful. Look at that. And that. All right, well, that could have gone way worse.
Adding 2 more cubes to the primed area can be devastating. Compensate by keeping the primed area as clear of cubes as you can when fission is listed on the base plate. After resolving the threat event, another threat might have been activated. Resolve all revealed threat events one by one. Which
All right. So now it's the turn over here. And this does change things ever so slightly. I'm going to adjust that. That's not great. All right, sure. Action 1. I have a 2 and a 3. I do not have an open 4. Give. That's a terrible plan. Oh, well, whatever. I screwed up. That's fine. I screwed up. So I'm not going to take that. I will instead swap out. No, I'm not going to swap anything out. I'm going to. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take that back. I'm going to give them that one. No, I'm going to. Yes, give them that one. Action to trade that. And that gives me a bonus action, which can be whatever. I've got a 2, 3. Just because that just seems to be the smartest thing to do there. Okay, well, that's the turn over here. So 1, 2, 3. We will contain. Reroll these for 4 and a 5 and a card. And that's my first action. Do I have another 1? I do not, in fact, have another 1. Do I have a 2 up here? I do, in fact, have a 2 up here. 2. No, I don't even need to do that. 2. That's also not going to be helpful at all. I need a different color. Shoot. What Why are they all 6s on top? That is terrible. Swap. Adjust. Cool. So that is my 3 turns. It's going to be that 6 that gets knocked down to a 3. And I got some ability here, so that's not the end of the world. And it is their turn. So if I go 4-5, it's probably my best bet. But I don't have a 4, so I have a 5 up here somewhere. Have a 5. I don't want that 5. Gonna get another purple here soon. Whatever, I'll just move it. 5, that's 1. Do I have another? There we go. That's what I can do. I can go adjust for 2, transfer for 3, get my bonus action, which gets rid of that. I can re-roll these for a 1 and a 3. Also not ideal. I really want that to not be the case. Transfer 1 cube. You may adjust it. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I get 1, 2, 3. If only I could get that down to a 1. If I transfer this, I have the chance to knock out 2 yellows. Or 2. No, I don't have that card anymore. Don't have that card anymore. Stop. That's a bad plan. All right. Just leave it the hell where I am. All right. Over here. We will contain, reroll. 1, 2. Action 2 is going to knock that down because they can't do anything with it as a 6. You know what? We're going to transfer that for 2. And we're going to leave that there. And going to end up with a purple over there, huh? Just going to take this because I need to open that purple 4. Don't necessarily want it, but that does set me up potentially. So this purple 1 is going to be primed to a 5. That's not great. Just saying. But doesn't open anything. Play happens over here. I need, if I do purple 4, take that, adjust that for 2, contain for 3, reroll, get a card. Relocate up to 2 cubes on the Tesseract. Oh, that's going to be helpful next turn. I don't want it to be this turn. So that's a 5, huh? Okay. I think that was all my turns, right? I think so. So, come over here. Did I prime something? No, I didn't prime anything. So we got a blue or an orange. We're going to take that orange because that seems to be the best opportunity. 5. That's not good. Yeah. And we're going to, before the end of my turn, no, because we've moved past that phase. Can't do that. Unfortunate. All right, so we've got turn over here. We're going to take that. We're going to 1, 2, 1, 2, and then actual action for 3. We will do that. Re-roll those to 3 and a 6. That's not terrible because they. That was 2 actions. 1 more action. Not helpful at all. So what have we got? I need to get rid of that 5 is what I need to get rid of. So we're going to adjust over here. And that's my 3. So I need any kind of a 4 over here. We're about to get hit. That's speaking of a 4. So we just got the accelerate, which is destroy the lowest cube on here, which is going to be that blue 4. Not the worst, but not the best. Relocate up to 2 cubes on the Tesseract. So that's definitely going to be that. And that? Question mark? Yes. All right. Turn over here. That was the realignment there. So I need a not blue 4. None of those are not blue 4, people. That is not at all helpful. Thank you for nothing. I mean, not blue 4 over here is actually fine. So I'll keep that for over here. Although, take, transfer. No. take transfer and make it a 4. That's much better. So that's 2. Third action should be to adjust something. Oh, did I use that to adjust it? Or did I just take it? I think I did. So I still technically have 2 actions. I'm just going to take that and swap a cube in your lab for a primed cube. And that gives me a free action, right? So I can just do that. And take a blue. Sure. Prime. You got 3 to a 4. At the end of the world. All right. Turn over here. So I've got 4, 5, 6. So we're going to contain, not reroll. Oh, jeez. 1, 2, transfer. 3, contain. Can't contain that one. No. No, we're just going to put that back. We're going to rewind. In which case, yes, I will, in fact, re-roll. 3, 4, 5. So I do. That gives me a 3, though, because I was able to make that work. 1, 2, 3. Destroy 1 cube in your lab to destroy all identical primed cubes. Not helpful at the moment. But I can adjust none of that. I need that to get down to a 1, don't I? Adjust antimatter. And screw it. We're going to just take that for that. All right. So we're not doing terribly. We're not doing great, though. This purple 4 is next. But again, I've got a pretty decent force. Look at that. There's a purple 2. That's good. That's good. I'll leave that because I can totally deal with that probably here. So over here, I need... I need to set up another blue is what I need to set up. I'm going to take this top blue because I'm not an idiot. So that's 1 action. 2 actions. Three transfer. 4 Make that a 4. All right. There we go. That's going to get primed. Not the end of the world. Not great. Can't do anything with it, but not great. All right, over here. 1, 2, 3. That was a 5. Get that. Oops. Ah! 5, and I do get this. Isolation field. Take 2 primed cubes and place them in your lab. Excellent. I am going to be this. Actually, no, this is not the one I'm going to do. I'm going to do Julie's Andrew. No. Oh, whatever. We're just going to not do that. We're going to go here. We're going to go here. I'm going to be back in a moment, but yeah, I'm just going to be back in a moment. And I'm back. Thank you very much. I lost track of where I was, though. Oops. I'm assuming I finished with that turn, so I'm going to go over here. I'm also going to challenge myself and say I screwed up and did not prime anything. Maybe I did. That sucks. That also gives me a fortify, so I have to re-roll the lowest prime cube. That's not so bad. Blues are not actually good for this, though, because I can't do anything with them. So I have 4, 5, 6. Great. Go up on this one. 1. You want 2, 3. Don't care. We're going to sit on it for next turn. I think I'm going to lose this based on running out of cubes. 5, 4, 3. So I have to start knocking that one down to a 1. Okay, well, we're going to realign a few things here. We're going to go 1. I don't actually know what I just knocked off. Shoot, I think it was a 2. Not helpful at all. Not particularly. Sure, that'll be terrible, but it'll work. All right, so that's gone. I need to go 1, 2. That's the only thing I can do, right? Is I have to get that. I need another 1. The only one is that. Or that. I need to finish that. This is where we're running into problems, right? So that was a 1. Two. That was a 3. 3. No. Yeah, I have to do that. All right. Not great, but that'll work. Turn and this yellow 1 is going to get primed to a 6. Not the end of the world, actually. I got some stuff I can potentially deal with that. So first thing we're going to do is deal with that. Reroll these. So that's the action the first. That gives me a card. I'm going to just a cube in my lab. That's also good. Action 2. That completely works. All right. 1 as an action. Minor ripple. Action 2. Action 3. And action 4 is going to be, which now gives me a 4th action. I will take that. Prime. That, which is not ideal. That could have actually been a lot worse. So, action 1, action 2, action 3, and this lets me now take this, and does it say random? No, just 1 destroyed cube. I'm going to take a yellow. Place any one destroyed cube on the Tesseract. It doesn't say how to deal with it, so I'm going to roll it to be, fair. I'm going to put that on there. Not great. Not pretty, but it works. So that was that 3? Was that my 3? I think it was my 3. And two. No, I have one more action. That action is going to be can't do anything with that. 3. Turn over here. This is here 5. So we got 3 there. So I need 1. That's not helpful at all. 2. Transfer. 3. Knock it down. Bonus. I can't bonus. Crap. Screwed up again. So I guess 4 will be, put that up to a 4. And a 5. There's a 5. All right. We're getting not so great here. All right. Slight added bonus in that I have to deal with that. But I don't want to. All right. I can take 2 primed cubes and put them in my lab. Each researcher takes a destroyed cube and places it in their lab. Sure. One, 2, 3, 5. That's not actually helpful. And 4. Also not helpful. And theoretically not actually even good. No, actually it isn't that bad. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. No, this does not in fact work. Okay, let's swap that to will help that. Sure. So we're gonna swap this for 1. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2. Not great. One. All right. Back to over here. 1. 1, 2, 3. I can't do that one. That's okay. Which gives me a 2, which also gives me that. I don't know who took this. I'm going to just give it to them because I don't actually remember who took that. All of these should be revealed at this point. Conveniently, I haven't had any breaches, though, so that's a bonus. So that was my first turn, right? I can adjust that down to a 5. I can... Ooh. Mass mutation. Turn that into a 6. 1. Yeah. And this one's going to be turned into a 5. And then that goes away. These get re-rolled. I get a card. Collaboration, draw 3 unused character cards immediately. Let's see what we got. Magnetic physicist. Whenever you adjust a cube, you may invert it. That's immediately what I'm doing. Yep. That's what I'm doing. All right. Ding. That just became a 6. Now you're looking at what those other cards are. I need yellow 4. Three. Not ideal. I still need to do something with this, but breach shield is not helpful either. All right. Good. So we're actually getting something resembling not sucky here. So first action is going to be an adjust to 3. That gives me 3, 4, 5, 6, which means I can use that for the 5. Take this, reroll all 3 of these to get me a level 3 card. Giving me 2, 3, 6. Temporal anomaly. Return 2 prime cubes to the Tesseract. I actually don't want to do that right now. Take the lowest valued. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. Four. That's not helpful at all. Turn over here. Adjust for 1. 2. Reroll for 2. Adjust 1 cube in your lab. Not helpful. Those are also not helpful. All right. I am 1 away from actually winning. I just need to get a purple 6. The main thing to do that, so return 2 prime cubes to the Tesseract. I actually don't necessarily want that, but I do, because I want to go... One, two, right? Because that's going to make that happen. So that's good. This is going to get primed. I just realized I haven't done all my actions. That's going to be a 4. That's going to be a 5. That's going to be 2. Can't do anything with it. I have to get a purple 6 out there. That's the key. Turn over here. That does not matter at all. I'm going to turn that in. Destroy 1 primed cube. Not helpful at all at this point. I'm going to study again, actually. Contain 1 cube from your lab. Transfer. For my 3rd action. Contain 1 cube from my lab. Boom. I have won. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to bring this back in. We are just going to, in fact, we're going to straight up solo this because that's fun. We're going to go to that page in game.
End of game. Did you manage to contain 24 cubes?
Yes, I did.
Your team of world's leading researchers did it. You managed to deactivate the Tesseract and thus save the world. Congratulations. Would you like to learn how to adjust the difficulty for your upcoming games?
Not really, but let's do it anyway.
One way to adjust the difficulty is to change the base plates. The 1/A plate is the easiest, while 4/D is the hardest. You can decide to prime less or more cubes in the very beginning. Normally the amount is 2, and less means an easier game, and more is harder. To make the game a bit harder, you can start the game without dealing out research cards during the setup.
Ew.
Note that next time you play, you can start using your researcher abilities and research cards from the very first turn. You can find the full game rules and FAQ on Dized. Hopefully you enjoyed playing Tesseract. Thank you for playing.
Boom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Tesseract. So this will be available in the foreseeable future from Smirk and Dagger. Wonderful company. I love their stuff. Seriously, I can't squee about it enough. I was so lucky to be able to get a copy of this. And no, let's technically throw that over there. But that's it. So just to show off how close this was, I'm going to actually grab my camera down because I can. So, woo. There's our winning. A little messy, but there you go. But over here, running out of stuff is a way to lose. So we were not that far off. This would have given us an accelerate, which would have destroyed the lowest cube on the Tesseract, which would have been that. So, I mean, we're down to 5 turns at most. If I took one, that would, starts messing with that. So, all things considered, I'd say that went pretty darn good. We're just going to take that right out. Boop. I'll stop that camera completely. So yeah, that is Tesseract. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I'm going to ramp this up over to my... Oh, I should probably do that. I'm going to add one thing into the end of this so that when I put it over to my other page, it will work. I'm going to put this over onto my YouTube in a couple of days. So please keep an eye out there. I'll probably schedule it really right about now. So if you head over there now, you will see it. I'm just going to schedule it straight out of StreamYard. Speaking of StreamYard, I do want to say a quick thank you to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, which can be found here on Twitch or on YouTube or Facebook or any of those fabulous social medias. They let me squat on their thing. Sorry. I'm just looking for... That's what I need. Give me a moment. Someday, I will be prepared, to make this sort of thing actually work and happy and do things, maybe. Yes, so they are tomorrow, being Saturday, which is a bit of an unusual time. They will be seeing the return of Ian McNeice. So please do check them out. That's their Twitch. I don't believe this episode will be on the Twitch because of all of the stupidity. But you can certainly go over to their YouTube channel and subscribe there to check out Ian McNeice tomorrow at, I believe, 6 p.m. British time. And of course, like I said, check out my own YouTube in the foreseeable future here for a repeat of what you've just seen. And of course, we've got plenty of other things happening. I'm going to be working on some new interviews. We've got the Paint Slinger. I will next weekend be having a live painting session with the Paint Slinger, James. We're going to pick up Bushido. We'll be at FallCon in Calgary and live streaming from there. I don't paint, so this is going to be interesting? ? But yes, thank you guys so much again for joining me. And until next time, I guess good gaming and goodbye.